We are delighted to welcome Mr. PRAVEEN Kumar Mabian, a distinguished leader in the coated metals industry. Mr. Mabian is a respected authority in metal coating, coil coating, and tin plate, known for his strategic foresight and passion for innovation. Mr. Mabian has been instrumental in driving operational excellence and technical advancement across the metal value chain. His insights are sure to offer valuable perspectives on evolving dynamics of metal coating sector. Mr. Mabian, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vinaji, for this introduction. Good evening, everyone. My topic for today's webinar is technological advancements and process innovations in metal coating lines at JSW. We spoke a lot about the zinc consumption. The total consumption of zinc is 0.3 million ton, which is consumed by the coated steel plants, and JSW contribution is close to 45%. This indicates that we are also contributing to the circular economy of the country. Slide is changing? Yeah. So this is metal coating. Metal coating line started in India long back, 4 decades back, 1985, with a Dagal furnace. And quickly after 5 years, the non-ox furnace or DFF furnace was commissioned. So which added to the efficiency of the galvanizing process. And after 15 years, and automotive line was commissioned. That's a dual pot line of GI and GA. GA was actually basically for the automotive application. Then galvalume was introduced in 2007, and with the dual pot lines, and magnesium coated product was introduced around 3 years back. And going ahead, maybe in a couple of years, we'll have a combo line by some of our steel manufacturer, which is a CAL and CGL combination, and which will also have the aluminized steel. So this is a snapshot of the continuous metal coating lines in India. So if I talk about the products, initially it was all about full hard for the roofing sector, and then we switched over to this commercial soft quality, then drawing quality, which require for the automotive application, for the appliance application, then high strength. See, challenge was to reduce the weight of the steel. So then we changed over to the high strength steel. Now we are talking about the ultra high strength steel. So if I talk about different various products, it's a GI. Major share is the GI galvanized part, then galvanneal, then galvalume, and then magnesium coated products. Expected demand, like Sachin also spoke a lot about this demand for coated products in India. So we are expecting around 12.43 million ton of metal coated products demand for this financial year. Since JSW has got 45% of market share for the metal coating, so it's very important to know as our milestones. Like we started the first CGL, continuous galvanizing line, way back in 1989. And that was a very slow speed line, only 30 mpm speed. But after a few years, it was actually converted to 150 mpm line speed. And then we came up with the first non-ox line at Wasin. That was the first CGL of non-ox furnace. That's a direct fired furnace. And in 2010, so we acquired Kalmeshwar in it. And after that, 2013, we actually installed automotive line at Vijayanagar. Then we acquired ACCL plants of Khopoli and Bawal. And recently, around 2 years back, we acquired a national plant, which is at Dhar, and also acquired Bhushan's Power and Steel. So you can see, starting with the one line in way back in 1990, 1989. So right now we have 26 metal coating lines all across at 8 different locations. So the very interesting part is 40% of the current capacity is added in last 5 years. So as of now, we have 6.3 billion ton of metal coated capacity. So here it's a growth story in terms of product wise. So 1989 first galvanized product was launched. Then After a few years, in 2007, we introduced Galvalume, then Galvanil in 2014, and tin plate, which is mainly for the food packaging, was introduced in 2018. And then magnesium coated product was introduced mainly for the solar segment in 2022. So here, like in total, like expected demand, as I told, it is 13.1 million ton. So major share is GI, which is 6.4 million ton of demand for coated. So in terms of segment wise, there are various segments. You can see this milestone in 1985. So we started only with the general engineering product, which is actually contributing around 24% of the total coated demand. And in 2005, we started with PEB and infrastructure. So it's actually contributing close to 50%. 47% is the contribution of PEB and infra. And in 2014, we started solar. JSW started solar segment. Earlier, solar structures were imported and mostly the Galfan was used. And we introduced galvanized product for the solar power plant. And Sachin spoke a lot about the solar demand, which is going to increase in a couple of years. And we contribute around 70% of the solar structure demand in India. And we see the growth rate of 14%. And consumer durable, we started in 2017, 2018, then automotive segment, then we entered into food packaging in 2018. So if you see the total contribution of the coated steel demand, and the demand which was in 2024 was 9.4 million ton in India, and which is going to be almost 10 million ton more, so which is 19.5 million ton. And we see overall growth rate of CAGR of 10%. The maximum growth is going to come from the solar, then PEBs, and the food packaging and general engineering and consumer durable will be between 7 to 9%. So what exactly we did in order to have this growth? So there are so many product and technology innovations, evolutions were done in the process. So starting from 30 mpm speed to we hold the metal coating line, which is operating at 220 meters per minute speed, which is the fastest in India. So we have done a lot of innovations. We have done, investments on the technology part. And you can see the welder, conventional welder. I'll show you a couple of photos later. So the conventional welder is to take a welding time of more than 1 minute. Right now, the welding cycle is close to 30 seconds. So anything is less than 60 seconds, you will be able to ramp up the speed of the metal coating lines. So we have done investment on the furnace part in order to get the fuel efficiency. And the long back, around 3-4 decades back, only the metal pots were used. Right now, those metal coated lines use the ceramic pots with channel type inductors for better life. So this increases the utilization of the overall line, metal coating line. So we have furnaces operating 100 ton per hour. Initially, it was only the 5 tons per hour. Right now, it is 100 ton per hour. We are able to introduce skin pass and tension leveler in our process to improve the surface finish and better shape. And we have done a lot of innovations in terms of mathematical model just to control the process parameters. So if I just summarize this technology, automation, and sustainability, so the technology plays a vital role. So going for very high speed metal coating lines with very high tons per hour production rate and quick product changeover. So this gives us a very flexibility, mostly in dual product lines, how fast you change over from one product to another product, it plays a vital role. So if you can able to do that within a short period of time, so you can increase the overall utilization of the process. So in terms of process, we have a wide range of product with the very high coating mass. So we spoke a lot about solar. Solar, generally galvanized solar is used for very high coating GI 600 GSM, which was developed by JSW Steel. And we talk about high strength and ultra high strength steel for the automotive. So in terms of automation, so we have so many AI and machine learning predictive maintenance models in the process. We have process simulations, we have sensors for the equipments. We are using robots for drawing as well as for handling of sleeves. So which is very important, like closed loop coating control system, the electromagnetic strip stabilizer control system. In terms of sustainability, we have a very equal focus on the sustainability part. So renewable power is one major area where we are seeing, like as of now, the power used by the coated plants are from the thermal power. So we are migrating to renewable power, wind and solar. So closed loop fume exhaust system gives us better control on the emissions. High efficiency heat recovery systems gives us flexibility of like reduced fuel consumptions and power consumptions. So we are also working on the usage of green hydrogen. Green, basically hydrogen is used for two different purposes. One is for as a reducing gas and second one is as a fuel. So as a reducing gas, we already replaced with the gray hydrogen. So depending on the availability of green hydrogen, we can always migrate to the green hydrogen. And fuel, we are doing some innovations. I'll show you in a couple of next 2-3 slides. So just few photographs, like the earlier conventional welders where the overlap welders were replaced with the narrow lap welder with the very reduced weld cycle time. So this gives us reduced scrap generations because we can always pass these welders through skin pass and tension levelers as well as coater. So 30% of JSW metal coating lines have narrow lap welder. So this has improved utilization of the metal coating lines by 2%. So this is not a new thing. Actually, the inverted U-type furnace actually increases the efficiency of the furnace, fuel efficiency. So 27% of the JSW metal coating lines have a inverted U-type furnace. So around 20% is fuel consumption is less compared to the conventional horizontal furnace or L-type furnace. So conventionally, hydrogen was generated through the ammonia crackers using raw ammonia, which is very toxic in nature. So the idea was to generate hydrogen either through the gray hydrogen or blue hydrogen or green hydrogen. These are the three different processes. So we have started using with the gray hydrogen. Gray hydrogen is nothing but generation of hydrogen using natural gas. So here the purity is better than the conventional hydrogen generation method. So, and the cost is also 50% compared to the ammonia cracking process. This is about the metal pots, which were the zinc pots, which were used in the metal coating lines. Initially, you can see the all red color, which is steel pots. That's MS pots. We call it as Armco steel pots. Later, you can see colors in blue, which is stainless steel pots. So JSW was the first company in India to start with the stainless steel pot, SS316L pot. Right now, we have almost all grains, you can say, which is the ceramic pots. Out of 49, we have 45 ceramic pots and 2 metal pots, MS pot and 2 stainless steel pots. So as an innovation, we have some best practices for the inductor condition monitoring. We also monitor the conductance ratio. We monitor the bushing temperatures. So we have standard SOPs which are generated by the team. So to enhance the life of inductors. And metal pot casing, metal pot life, you can see it's written here, it's only 2 years. GI MS pot is only 2 years. SS pot's life is not more than 6 years. But we are talking about more than 20 years of life for inductors, for the ceramic pots. Short blasting was a old process where the skin pass rolls were short blasted. And the next technology is the EDT, which is our electrodischarge texturizing, along with the chrome plating gives enhanced roll life as well as improved surface finish, better control of various shape requirements, and this gives a flexibility for a width change. So here you can see the high-speed metal coating lines, how it got evolved since 1990 to 2025. You can see the maximum speed of the metal coating lines as well as average speed. So the major basic requirements for running any metal coating line at high speed is key is automation, then strip stabilizing, because at high speed you have a lot of challenges controlling the zinc coating. So you must have a very stabilized strip coming out of the zinc pot. So EMAS is helping in that category. The electromagnetic strip stabilizer. Then you have a very better tracking of weld through skin pass, leveler and all. So surface inspection is one thing, because at high speed it's very difficult to identify the defects. So unless you have a very good surface inspection system, it will be very difficult to identify the defect. So not compromising on the yield part, so you can always increase the speed if you have a very good surface inspection system. This is a snapshot of surface inspection system what we have. So this multi-pot metal coating lines is two different lines having some common pot and individual pots. So here you can see the line number 2 has got 3 pots, and line number 1 has got 2 pot, and it has got like in totality 1 common pot as well between 2 lines. So this always gives us flexibility depending on the market requirement, depending on the demand of the product. You can always change over from one product to another product. So these are some in digital technology what we have in manufacturing for coated. I won't go in detail. So the next important thing is sustainability part. So we are the first company in India to declare that carbon neutrality by 2030. So it's a very tough target what we have, because our CO2 emissions now is 202 kg per ton. Predominantly, it's coming from the electrical energy, which is almost 65%, and rest is all from the thermal energy. And we have very clear-cut plan, like to migrate from thermal power generation to the renewable power generation of wind and solar. So we are pretty confident that by 2030, our emissions, that 131 kg per ton will come down when we switch over to the renewable power. And as far as thermal is concerned, I'll go to the next slide where I'll explain what is happening in this field. Okay, so there are different ways of generating hydrogen here. So you can see the hydrogen from ammonia is almost nil now. So the gray hydrogen, which is generated with the natural gas, blue is with the storage one, CO2 storage. Then we have a green hydrogen where the emissions are almost zero. So typically for 0.3 million ton of metal coating line, you need hydrogen as a reducing gas at around 70 ton per annum. And as a fuel, it is 1300 ton per annum. But for reducing gas technology, we can directly migrate with the gray hydrogen to green hydrogen. So there will be a reduction in emissions once we migrate from gray hydrogen to green hydrogen. So this is really the breakthrough technology, because we are going to plan hydrogen burners in metal coating line. It's something new, because you might have heard integrated steel plants in steel generation where DRI and all hydrogen is used. But for metal coating line, usage of hydrogen burner is a new concept, and it's going to happen in JSW Steel, maybe by end of this year. So this hydrogen burner will be it is suitable for both the fuel, either 100% hydrogen or 0% hydrogen, or you can always use natural gas. So with continuous improvements in process and technological upgradations and innovations, JSW is able to attain and maintain leadership position in coated. So the levers you can see at the right: technology, digital technology. We have a product mix. We have dual product lines, multiple locations. So this gives us we have a very strong R&D, PDQC and AE base. So we always have a special focus on the premium segments like appliance, automotive, and food packaging and solar. And we believe in Make in India concept, and we always encourage local suppliers from India for the raw material supplies, sourcing from Indian suppliers. Thank you. Thank you so much. So
very well presented, Mr. Praveen. Thanks for the insights on the technical aspects of the galvanizing.